Good evening and welcome to our edition of The Link this week. We hope we keep on doing our promise, and yes, we believe we do, but you need to tell us if we are doing so. Giving you information that you can use and opportunities. That's what we promise to do. Thank you very much for those who give us the feedback, and there are those we don't meet, but you appreciate the show. If you have a comment to make or something you want us to discuss and you want to request, you can write to me on SSETTUMBA. That is SSETTUMBA Setumba @gmail.com. And I'll revert to you and get back to your topic if we can discuss it here. Tonight we're discussing education and opportunities, and we're asking the question, what tertiary courses are more marketable? Now, parents, after high school, you are struggling to choose the right course for your child. And it seems that you might need to be careful about this decision so that it counts once your child finishes school. Or it might be you paying for yourself and so on. So tonight we have Mr. Moses Waswa, who from Swift Minds, the consultant, is a consultant in management and human resource, and also the director PR and marketing for the Human Resource Managers Association of Uganda. So he's the human resource manager. They deal with these issues of choices. They are the ones who employ people. So he's going to tell us from their side what happens. Mr. Waswa Moses, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Do they say Mr. for the Waswa?
I think for twins, no. It's Waswa.
Just Waswa?
As simple as that.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'll call you Moses tonight if it's okay.
Yeah, please.
Let's take the first question. Not all courses at tertiary level are readily marketable in terms of employment. Are they?
Well, to answer that question, first of all, thank you for your invitation here.
Yeah.
But to answer that question, long ago, it used to be, we used to have fancy courses, okay? The classic way, for example, courses like law, engineering, medicine, and I mean, they still sound, but the economy and the need, the supply and demand has really changed. It has changed over time. So the definition of what is marketable has also changed.
Absolutely.
Yes. So we need now to look at where is the economy headed in terms of opportunities, rather than just focusing on traditional courses to be done at the university. The market is swinging in a different direction, and also the teaching institutions are swinging either way. Well, some of them have actually come to learn about where the market is going, but also the parent and the student out there, and the people who are in the market need to know that these days, whatever you want to do must be demand driven, rather than just the fancy name of the course. Yes.
So, how do I go about it? Marketability, how do I know?
So I'll speak in the case of Uganda. The case in point is Uganda. For example, right now we need to look at what immediate opportunities, what opportunities will be available from now until the next 10 to 20 years. And right now we are talking digital skills. We are talking digital transformation, and that is the gospel that the government is preaching everywhere, digital transformation, which means a lot of processes are being automated in terms of online working, online tools, systems, and all that. So people need to look at how do I become marketable in terms of my digital savviness. How digitally savvy are you in terms of doing your work? Okay, So that markets you better than someone who is going to say, I did engineering, or I did nursing, or I'm a doctor, who cannot actually go and manipulate or just use a doctor management or a patient management system that is used in a hospital. Okay. So number one, we need to look at the digital transformation and someone has to ask themselves, how digitally savvy am I? Yes, I have studied engineering, I have studied nursing, I've studied law, but what other layer of marketability can I add? Because just going to school is just maybe 50% work done, and you still have to do the other 50% by being digitally savvy and ready for the workplace. Then the other thing also, still the case in point for Uganda. Uganda right now, we are talking about things to do with energy, okay? We are into an energy transition cycle. But before that, we have the oil and gas, which has been actually, talked about to be going up to 20, 30 years. So in line with oil and gas, and again, parents who are sending your children to school, where can your children come in to support Uganda into an energy transition phase that we are going to go through into the next 30 years of selling our oil and gas, but also transitioning into green energy. Okay? Then from there, you also have to look at what are the national priorities? Because a lot of times we send children to school, but we don't even know what the national priorities are in terms of budgeting. We don't know what the East African economic priorities are, Africa's economic priorities. Those should actually drive what should be marketable in the next 10, 20 years. Because when you look at the GDP and when you look at the national budget that is being passed soon in July, is it July or June? June, as being passed in June, you will realize that almost 40% of that budget is going to be put on human capital development. Why is the government of Uganda putting it on human capital development? It's because we want to grow the people to be able to drive productivity for the country. But also, when you go deep into the human capital development, where is the government going to focus most?
Where is the money going?
Where is the money going? You will still look at things like digital transformation. You look at things like supporting workplace and government system transformation. You look at things like supporting women and youth. You look at things like transforming our raw materials into processed goods. That's where mostly government is going to put money, because we're emphasizing selling processed goods, transforming our agriculture without necessarily selling raw materials. Remember, Uganda employs almost 70%. So we are saying agriculture employs almost 70%. So the government is saying we want to make sure that this agriculture is transformed so that the work is actually more meaningful than just what is being offered right now. So when we talk about marketability, we have to look at those macro...
The realities of the market.
Yes, the macro level kind of indicators. What is available? Where is government pushing? In terms of budget, in terms of work. Trust me, whatever government focuses on for the next 30 years, that's where they're going to put their money. And if you're looking at getting a job in line with anything, where government is more focused actually will get more money. For example, the technology. You have people who are earning so well because they are technology savvy. They can offer certain solutions
when they are ready.
Market. Exactly. So marketability has been really defined, and it keeps on changing because the market has become very dynamic.
Yes, dynamic.
Okay. Right now we are talking different wars around the world, and that is really affecting how we transact every day. Okay, so we need to shift the conversation also a lot more from seeking employment, sending our children to school to seek employment, to more conversation to what can my child create if they finish when they're done with school, what can they create that will be also a blessing to other people, to the community, to the country? Can they create? Okay, so we need to shift. While not all our children will be job creators, but if we can push some of them also to be job creators, then whatever they've studied is marketable, because we are talking about the wider market, which is Uganda, East Africa, Africa, and the globe.
Okay. Yeah. I saw that you, in just a minute as we go for the break, I saw that you mentioned, okay, maybe let me ask that question when we come back for the break. We want to continue the second part. I'm itching to ask, but I need to go for the break. We're coming back and we're discussing what tertiary courses are marketable. And the key word is marketable, so that your kid doesn't go to school just for school and they come out and then they sit at home or they do something else that they did not study even about. And you wonder what they are doing finally. I wish they had studied it because they're now better. Can you do the homework before they go to school? That's what we're discussing. We're going for a short break. Don't go away. Welcome back from the break, and I need to ask the question I was itching to ask Moses here as we went away for the break. We're discussing what tertiary courses are marketable. The key word is marketable. There are many courses, but what will you leave school, when you leave school, will you find a job easily, or would you be able to create jobs? That's what we're discussing. And Mr. Waswa, I need to introduce him properly once again in case you have just joined us. He is Mr. Waswa Moses, CEO, Swift Minds. He's a consultant in the human resource area and also management, and of course, Director PR and Marketing from the Human Resource Managers Association of Uganda. So Moses, before we went for the break, you discussed more leaning towards government's priorities. How about if I'm looking at marketability from the private sector outlook? How do I go about that?
Yeah, so that's a very good question, and thank you very much. So in terms of private sector, we still have what we call skills mismatch. Yeah. Skills mismatch with what students or people are learning in different tertiary institutions to what the demand is, or what organizations need for good productivity. And so for me, I would actually want to place more emphasis on the TVET side.
TVET?
Yes, the technical institutions that we have. Okay. Most times we think that going to do a diploma in maybe building construction or a diploma in ICT is a bad thing. But you see, these are the skills that are being required. These are the skills that are actually easily creating jobs. These are the skills that are easily marketable. Because when you look at, I usually look at, for example, builders. See, when you go around and you find builders.
The suburbs.
Yes. Most of the guys who are doing that work are TVET guys. Yes. While someone is putting on a suit and tie like me and they are, moving CVs everywhere, the guy who has done a course in building construction cannot actually stay hungry. They'll get a job. Now, if you're looking for a job, if you're looking and moving and, you're one of the job seekers and all that, it's not a bad thing. Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is we should encourage our children and people to go out there in these TVETs, in these technical schools, and learn the skills.
Technical and vocational.
For technical and vocational, because the skills are readily, the demand is available. Yeah. For example, when you look at most of our industries, they are looking for pipe fitters, they are looking for welders, they are looking for plumbers, they are looking for builders, they are looking for people who know electrical, hands-on, because the TVETs are the ones that actually, they teach most of the hands-on.
Practical stuff.
The practical stuff. Yeah. So again, when you ask me what is marketable, me, I would think it is the practical skills that is addressing the day-to-day needs, the day-to-day challenges of the everyday life. Okay. You know, for example, if I need someone to tile my house, someone to tile my office, where do I go? I'll probably look for someone who has the building experience
skills,
or building skills and all that. It's readily available. Yeah. The other work that everyone or most people are looking for, maybe to work with government in office and all that, unfortunately the demand is not the supply. The supply is good, but the demand is not so good. Yeah, it's called inelastic. Yes. Because if Minister of Finance here, your neighbor, needs maybe 100 people in financial year, that doesn't usually change.
Yes.
But the supply is actually increasing from the university.
When there is a one job application, for one position you get like 300, 400 applications for one position.
Exactly. So the demand is inelastic. The demand for this kind of white collar jobs is inelastic. And yet the demand for the blue collar and the technical jobs is very elastic. You get the creativity that children or people can have with these technical skills and also creating their own businesses is enormous.
I want to agree with you, Moses. I have seen their welders. Until oil and gas came, we had basic welders, but they are certified welders at different levels. The kind of weld where you can weld an aluminium or stainless steel pipe onto another.
Yes.
Many welders can't do that.
Yes.
They can do steel on steel.
Yes.
They can't do stainless steel on stainless steel or aluminium because they don't know how.
Yes.
And yet that kind of skill is on demand as we go.
So right now I'll actually tell you, because I was part of a project that trained about 1,500. It was sponsored by an NGO. And actually it was sponsored by a development partner. But some of the welders that we trained have gone on to actually have jobs in the US, in Canada.
Can you imagine?
Because you have 6G coded welders, 5G coded welders, 4G, 3G. I think in Uganda we used to end at 2G. 1G, 2G.
The basic ones.
Yeah, but after oil and gas, we got 3G, 4G, 5G, 6G. Those are guys who are doing the welding for the pipeline and all that. And the skills are on high demand. For example, a skill as simple as scaffolding, it was not really appreciated in this market.
And people wonder, scaffolding is these things you put on a building.
On a building.
They look like the supports where people can stand and build.
Yes. So when we started, when they started having certified scaffolders, they're now on demand. Things like health and safety. In Uganda, we had never taken safety serious until oil and gas came. And now, the TVET, one of the TVET leaders I had, she's now making it a priority for every workplace. That is Madam Kajina. And things like safety. For example, if you're a safety officer in this market, you can't lack where to work. Because every workplace requires safety. Every project requires that there's a safety officer. Now that we are taking health and safety seriously, we are now seeing very many health and safety professionals get taken up for these jobs. Because everywhere in the country, every project, you need a safety officer. So again, marketable is directly proportional to what the market is demanding. Okay?
So I need to know. Let's take the final question. So to cut you short there. So what do I do if my child or my whatever is already doing one of the not very marketable courses? Am I doomed?
No, the thing, I think it is about the ordinary or the classic courses. People can do the classic courses. You can be a lawyer. You can study to be a lawyer. You can study to be a doctor. But for you to make it more marketable. There are so many other skills you can put. So many other layers. You have soft skills. That's like butter. You must have it on your bread. You must have emotional intelligence, effective communication skills. You must be a very good negotiator. And in this market, Uganda, you must be a salesman. I usually tell people, you must be a salesman, a saleswoman. That's butter right there. You must add the soft skills. Now there's digital the digital skills, which is a must.
Artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence. Those are marketable skills. You must add layers to the classic course.
Yeah.
Before, the classic course or the ordinary course used to be marketable the way it was. Yeah. But now that we have moved, you need to have your butter in between, which are the soft skills. Yeah. Then you need to have digital skills. You need to have AI. You need to be very good at networking, making easy connections and all that. You need to be digitally savvy. Yeah. So there is nothing like, I think in my opinion, there's nothing like a course that is not marketable. It is just that people, when they do those courses, they don't add on other skills that make that course marketable. You understand? Exactly. But also it's very important that the students out there, please look at how the market is working. Their parents, look at what is being demanded in the market. What are the government priorities? What are the biggest projects that the government is having? By the way, of recent I was hearing that one of the biggest projects we have in this country
is
about
a minute.
Is the SRG, the SGR. Yes, the SGR.
Gateway.
But who knows? I mean, who has that? Because I heard that we are actually getting experts from South Africa, from Turkey. So how does a parent now position themselves for that big project? Because it's going to run for some time. Okay? So we need to look at where's the priorities government spending, but also what are some of those skills that can make your son, yourself, your children, yourself marketable globally.
I want to cut you short as we run there. You are the consultant, Moses.
Yeah.
So you are saying parents need to do homework. Maybe you need to provide opportunities to be found in Swift minds so that you train people on this, because you seem to be having it on top of mind. I hope you take that as an opportunity, even for you as my guest.
Yeah.
That was the link. We always stop when people say they were enjoying and then we stop. I don't know what we can do about that, but we try to use the best way our time so that we give you information that you can use. We hope we added value to you tonight. Thank you for joining us. That was the link.